All right, so when I was a senior in high school, I was doing pretty good. I had a lot of friends. I was president of my class. I was so excited to go to college, but where I was going to college was not really that big of a deal. I just picked the place that seemed most affordable and, had the best resources for me. But what was really challenging was I really felt caught in this crosshairs where I had to pick a major. I kept asking myself, should I be a music major, like a real music major? Because picking that would mean I would go to this conservatory part of the college where all I would do is music and arts. But I also really loved writing and reading, and I thought I wanted to be an English major or a journalist too. And I felt like having to choose at 17 years old which path I was going to go, either conservatory or, this kind of English literary route, was like I had to decide who I was going to be. That's really the question that was at hand. Who was I going to be? I had a lot of trouble with this and I just couldn't figure it out. Should I be a music major or an English major? I think this question has somehow still lingered for me, even though I'm way past being an undergrad. I'm about to be 37 years old. I have 2 kids. I'm somebody's mom. Like, college admissions is not really at the top of my list of things I'm concerned about anymore, but questions about how creative that I'm going to allow myself to be, that's still a major question for me. I remember back in my senior year, I had registered for an audition at the music school at Rutgers, and I had an appointment time. The appointment came and went. I don't even think I told my mom that I had registered for it. I definitely don't remember practicing a lot. I think life was busy. Like, I took one too many AP classes. I was just very involved in school, and I think with all that stuff that happens when you're about 17, it just fell off my plate, and I kind of in my heart felt like this big door had slammed shut on a vision that I really had and wanted for my future, which is a vision of me playing music professionally. I just didn't like this idea that I had to choose one route or another route, and I couldn't have both. That felt very upsetting to me. It felt like I had to choose one part of myself that I had to let live, and the other one I had to just say no to. It turns out that even though I didn't end up taking any real practical music classes at Rutgers, music did not die at all. There was no departure of music from my life at all. As I got older, the presence of music in my life just kept evolving in ways I could never have really predicted. As I grew, music really grew with me. Then I was able to branch out. I started playing in bands that would play in VFW halls, basements, roller skating rinks, small stages. I learned a lot about what it meant to be a woman in a band that was definitely led and created by boys, and in a music scene that was really male dominated, like in a big way. That was very eye-opening for me. Through music, I also discovered feminism, an idea about gender, and that you just can have a very different experience just because you're a different member or a different gender doing the same thing that other people are doing. I got to interview a drummer from a Saturday Night Live band as part of one of my classes. Her name was Valerie Naranjo. That was an incredible experience. I visited her in her New York City apartment. I eventually joined a little bluegrass band that played basements in New Brunswick every weekend, and it was a blast. After college, I moved to Philadelphia with the sole aim to just be around people who are playing music and to be part of a music scene. It took a while, but it did happen. I ended up playing in, this wonderful all-girl band where I learned really about true collaboration. Everyone in that experience played music wrote songs, switched off instruments. Like, it was really a beautiful experience for me. I just had a desire to play music, and I kept looking my way into opportunities to do that. I never got paid, not even once. But when I was on stage, I felt so free. When I got to play my own songs, amplified so other people could hear them, that was something just incredible that I think has stayed with me even now. I discovered how powerful and how life-affirming really being behind a microphone can be. I don't think that powerful feeling is something I could have learned in any traditional school of the arts, even if I had pursued being a professional, classical percussionist or something. I think I had to really discover that on my own, totally by myself, with my friends. Even now, I think about playing my guitar every day, even though it hasn't really happened in recent memory. Now, I'm in another period of my life, just like I was in that senior year in high school, where I just feel like I'm so busy, like every minute is accounted for. I'm doing a lot to take care of other people and, try to do my job well. And so music has kind of fallen away in the way that I'm not picking up and practicing every day, even though I would really like to. My oldest daughter plays clarinet. I hear her delight as she plays Ode to Joy all the way through. She doesn't love to practice, but when she starts, there's really nothing that can stop her. I know she'll find out her desires and her path to get there. And I think if she can incorporate this kind of passion for something that she really loves throughout her life, that would be a true gift. If we can keep creeping ever closer to the things that really bring us joy, those things that make us feel free, we will find our way through anything. COVID-19, close my school. I just think this creativity is a source of power, and we have to really embrace it in our daily lives in whatever way that may show up for us. The surprises that come into our paths and what we do with those surprises, that's a kind of survival, and it's acknowledgement of what is possible. So the next time we feel like we have to choose between something we're really passionate about, something that makes us feel alive, and a more practical path, or even choosing between two passions, know that it's not always necessary for us to choose at all, but just to gravitate toward the things that make us feel like we're being the best version of ourselves, that we can keep creating and we can keep being our best selves in this world, no matter what we're doing, no matter where life takes us. And those things can never be separated from ourselves. Keeping your heart open to finding the joy and beauty no matter where you are is a skill and a practice that will enhance our lives going forward forever.